So everyone's caught up. We've been playing through Alone Against the Frost. We've been deported for murdering our friend Bernard in a fit of temporary madness. And now we are going to backtrack and pick up where we made the decision that derailed the entire expedition after we successfully shot and killed a pug Wookiee, but then hastily beat retreat out of the valley, which was silly. Which I think was around 165. So let's bring the story back up.
165.
I think it was about 165.
Let's see how quick we can die this time.
Yeah, how quickly we can screw everything up this time. Yeah, that was pretty record timing.
You can do it.
Okay, so it was the step before 165. I think it was 16 then. So quick look.
This is the river/valley bit, that wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so here it is. We've just killed the Puck Woogie that came out of the woods to terrorize our friend. So this is where we made a bad decision. We, instead of arguing with Charlie, we all beat feet back to the out of the valley and got completely derailed. So we're gonna pick up. This was decision point 4 for us. So we made all of the decisions we've made after this point were bad. Even though we did actually successfully manage to retreat as quickly out the valley. And maybe the right answer is just go home. But that's not what we're about. So instead, we're going to argue with Charlie here. So this is where we branch into 30 instead.
Screw you, Charlie.
You turn in for the night, your thoughts racing with the discovery of a new species. Perhaps you should have taken your guide's distress more seriously. In the morning, Charlie and the small cadaver are gone, and with them the canoe. She has, however, left your group its share of the weapons and supplies. Record word barefoot. To continue your explorations without a canoe or guide, go to 604. To follow the riverbank down to the west branch and civilization, go to 158. Okay, so she abandons us anyway. All right, but we're not going back to the camp because,
we know what's waiting. We know what's waiting for us at camp.
Yeah, complete lack of success. Total bupkis. Okay, so this is actually just jumped us ahead to where we were before. So this is actually a decision point we've already seen. We contemplate possible routes. So last time we went into the deep woods and it all went horribly wrong. So I think this time, because remember, we only have 4 poll options, and there's 5 options here. So this time, let's vote veto Deep Woods, because you all loved the Deep Woods, and it went so bad so fast, and we'll pick one of the other options.
Other options, please.
Everyone wants Deep Woods again. No.
Nah,
we've got 4 other options. There you go.
I'm going to vote.
All right. Of course, you're more than welcome to vote. Anyway, we'll leave that poll up for a little bit and think about, I guess, what else we can do. So, end the poll, and the winner of the poll is gain elevation where you can. You pause to get your bearings. If you have the keyword tangent, go somewhere. If not, go somewhere else. Forced uphill by the sloughs along the riverside, the 4 of you laboriously hack through brambles and thickets. As your group pauses close to the lip of a slope, Bernard catches your elbow. "Look, Professor," he says. From your lofty perspective, you gaze down and gasp. Gain the keyword tangent and go to 448. Okay. Now we've got 2 keywords. Astonishing! Who would have expected to see such a thing in this primitive land? It is a gigantic circle over 200 feet in circumference, made of boulders and huge slabs of limestone, placed with great engineering skill to form a wheel. From the center of the wheel, 28 stone spokes radiate in precision to a well-defined perimeter. At the center of the structure is what appears to be a small ceremonial building shaped like a beehive. Your dizziness increases as you slide down the slope and cross the outer ring of stone. You begin to hear ringing in your ears and a roll like the crash of distant waves, like the strike of mighty thunderbolts upon echoing mountainsides. Sylvia grips your arm. "Professor," she says, "don't go in there." She looks like she might vomit. "Do you leave your faint-hearted party behind and go inside the little building on your own? Or do you head back the way you came?" Now, I have a feeling like you guys want to press on into the little beehive, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Overwhelmingly vote for go inside the little building. Of course you did. I would have expected nothing less. And I guess to an extent as well, we should acknowledge that that this is probably Michael now, right? Like I killed Bernard by accident. I went insane. I was deported. So this is Michael's expedition now. After this, it'll be Chris. Fascinated, you shake off Sylvia and approach the little building. 3 of its sides feature a narrow arched door. You step inside, head swimming from the aura of the place. You feel an incredible mental surge as a tide of towering perceptions penetrates the tiny confines of your skull. Make a sanity and a POW roll. If you fail the sanity roll, lose 1d6 sanity. If you fail the POW roll, lose 1d3 POW, and then go to 450. Power, it's a stat. So it's 80. Okay, so it's 80. Yellow's is 10s. 34. That's good. That's a pass. And 1d6 sanity, you could lose your mind. Nah, it's fine. I'm not worried. Are you worried? I'm not worried. Okay, and then power. Uh, 56. That's also a pass, right? Easy. Game is easy game. The phenomenon is incredible. It is as if you stand in a high window from which you see the crashing waves of past, present, and future all breaking upon one another. Below all the chaos, there are streams of sense, of real information. As you stand reeling, you try to attune yourself to these streams and let the knowledge fill your tormented mind. Then you see ancient days, this place, a race of tall, lean, grey-skinned, cruel-faced men. They are not of the first peoples. They are older, terribly old. They have a name, Kiwanima. Their spirit is upon the land. They rule from antiquity. This continent is theirs. They defend it with mighty magic, awesome powers. The ships of Atlantis burn. The hosts of Mu can gain no foothold. The world has 3 powers, and the Kiwanima are not the least. O evil, dark is the night of the sway of the Kiwanima. They have gods. They sacrifice to awful gods. Rebahoth, Yog-Sothoth, Zagoth, Shub-Niggurath, names from nightmares. To each is built a temple in the great heart of their domain, a temple like the wheel of stone, a temple of the great Wind Walker. Il-Ithaqua. Ay-ya-ya-ya, E-ya-ya, nigga-ya-ya. Gain 5 points of Cthulhu Mythos. To leave the temple and return to your group, go to 532. If you wish to stay and learn more, make a sanity roll and then a power roll with a penalty die. If you fail the sanity roll, you lose 1d6 sanity. If you fail the power roll, lose 1d3 pow. Then go on to 451. Yeah, do you think it's sensible, Alessandro, to just wait in here, slowly going mad? All right, well, we must put it to democracy. I think this is a meaningful enough choice. Well, I'm ending the poll, and we're definitely staying into the evil place to learn more information. We gained 5. I'm just going to write down 5 Cthulhu Mythos points. I guess this is something we're collecting. Michael, already more successful than me on his adventure. I mean, without... Obviously, he's just benefited from my previous endeavors. Without my input, he would never have got this far. He had to know that you could accidentally kill someone and go mad before... I mean, no, and a temporary fit of madness before he could achieve such success. Okay, so... right. If you wish to stay and learn more, make a sanity roll and then a power roll with a penalty die. All right, so first off, we'll do the sanity roll. That's just straight up. So we're still on sanity 80. Uh-oh, that's 93. We failed. Where's my D6? So here's my D6. 4! All right, so now we're on 76 sanity. And now we have to roll for POW and rolling penalty. So POW is 80. That's 67, so that's a pass. So we'll roll again. And that's 42, which is also a pass. So we've passed the POW roll at least. As you stand before the roaring currents of time and space, your mind drinks in greater and more terrible truths. The Kiwanima, like fiends they're seen, unbearable holocausts of evil. Souls are but sparks to feed their roaring gods and cunning sorcerers. Bodies blasted, souls torn, breathtaking curses laid on generations. Fury, fury against those who stand upon their continents as tall as Kiwanima is tall. Men must die. Civilizations must die. The rocks they stand upon will shatter. Hatred without end. Their temples fill with blood. Souls hurtle screaming through the gateways to the Elder Ones. Offerings without end. The Kiwanima prosper. The gods are pleased. Their power surges forth. Headlands break. Continents crash into the sea. Every element turns upon Atlantis, upon Mu. Through the Kiwanima's curse takes an aeon to work. Its progress is relentless. Mu and Atlantis are no more. There is only Kiwanimea. Kiwanimea and its thirsting gods. Gain 6 points of mythos. If you now stagger back from the temple to your group, turn to 532. If you wish to stay and learn more, roll more. And thus begins the slippery slope to madness. Alright, so we are now on 11 mythos points. Hey, well look, it's better than my mission where I just murdered a friend and went home. More. Wow, 11 Cthulhu mythos points. By the way, every time you gain mythos points, your max sanity is reduced by that much. Right, I understand, Alessandro. So basically, we're currently capped out at 88, which is fine because we started on 80 and now we're on 76 anyway. And it looks like more dark knowledge has won out. To the 2 people that voted for prudence and leaving the house, I appreciate your concerns, and I think they're probably well-founded, but sadly our reckless democracy has voted for continued exposure to cosmic horror, so that's the route we shall have to take. Now we're going to make a sanity roll, and then a hard POW roll. So that means it's at 50, right? So we have to roll under 40. If you fail the sanity roll, lose sanity. If you fail the POW, lose POW. If you fail both, go to a bad number. Okay, so here we go. This is the sanity check. We're on sanity 76. And that's 85. We lose another 6 points of sanity. Oh dear. No, 2 points of sanity. Okay, so we need to pass this POW roll, which we're probably not going to pass. There's a way to spend luck to bring the roll down as well. We might have to do that. Let's see if we can at least get close to 40. Come here, dice. 47. Okay, so that's a near miss. Okay, so we'd have to spend 7 points of luck to pass this. Yeah, you just spend it. Okay, well we have 85 luck, so I think this is the time to spend it. So we're down to from 85 to 78 points of luck, but that brings our roll down to 40, which passes. Hard pow. Which means we did not fail them both, so we can go to 452. Knowledge of ancient events floods your fragile mind. Glee! Glee in Kiwanamaya! Kiwanamaya alone stands! Their enemies are destroyed. Though Kiwanamaya is impoverished by the efforts, though the Kiwanama themselves are stunted by the spells, their foes are lifeless, buried beneath the heartless sea. Magic ceaseless! Every Kiwanama a sorcerer, magic that corrupts, magic that blackens, withers, the cold, the ice, unrelenting. A sick, stunted people cannot withstand the spread of the glaciers, nor the people the ice brings. The Inutos. Sterility. Glaciers. Cities ground to dust. Weakness without end. Cold. Death. Now, new people come from the south. Slaughter! Ithaqua demands! Ithaqua makes his summons. Windwalker, hearts of ice, runners on the wind. Yakaha Boi! Gain 7 points of Cthulhu Mythos. If you tear your cipher away now and rejoin your group, oh god, we can continue! Do we just continue until we become Kiwanama? Alright, well, that puts our Cthulhu... So Cthulhu Mythos is bad. I just assumed it was like knowledge that we were collecting. We're on 18 now. Which means our max is now 81. So it's still not the end of the world. Barry's like, more. Oh my god, we're not going to make that extreme power roll, though. Yeah, I mean, extreme power is 1/5 of power, right? What's 1/5 of 80? 16? Yeah, so we'd need to roll like under 16. So we'd definitely fail that. So we'd need to pass the sanity check, which is 74, which is reasonably doable. I mean, you've overwhelmingly voted for more. I do appreciate whoever's voting prudently in all of these. Like, whoever's like, hey, you know, I think Michael's had enough cosmic horror. Give him a break, guys. Oh, someone switched their vote. Someone else voted for prudence. Right. Wrapping up the poll. Looks like poor Michael is getting another dose of cosmic horror. We need to pass this sanity roll because we're not going to pass that power roll, basically, is where we're at here. Yeah. It's real bad. That's 94. I guess we just gotta hope that we get... okay, so now we lose 1d6 sanity. And then I guess we just gotta hope we get real lucky with this power roll. So that's 3 more sanity gone. So we're down to 71. Alright, well... pray for a low roll. Nope, that's 68. There's no fixing that. I mean, there is, actually. We need to get it down to 16. So we could theoretically spend 52 luck. So, Haggis is probably not worth it. Well, you all know Call of Cthulhu better than me, so if you think we shouldn't spend the luck, we'll just fail both and go to 455. I mean, I am kind of keen to see what happens if immediately 100% bad idea. I'm kind of keen to see what happens if Michael manages to stay in the house of horror. Oh, I think Prudence might have it this time. Oh, it's been tied up. Come on, I can see there's more people watching. Your votes are needed. This is the close one. I'm genuinely really excited. I want to find out what happens. Either way, I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this Call of Cthulhu one. Oh no, Prudence losing out again. I feel bad because there was like 3 people who are right out the gate like, nope, bad idea. Immediately we know this is a terrible idea. And then the longer I leave it open, the more people sort of creep out and go, yeah, just do it. Just do it. Why not? So we don't lose any POW, but our luck goes from 78 to 26. Do you feel lucky? No, Haggers, I feel like this is a terrible idea. Darker impressions now run through your fevered senses. The earth immersed in seething currents of foulness. They crowd upon the world, so close, so short to reach. They walk unseen and foul in lonely places. The wind gibbers with their voices. The earth mutters with their consciousness. The sphere meets at the veil. They once ruled where humankind rules now, and they shall rule again, Azathoth. Sathagwa. Kathagwa. Gata Noah. Abo. Abosathwa. You can bear no more. Gain 10 points of Cthulhu Mythos. Is this good? We're now on 28, which makes our maximum 73. So not quite at our cap yet. Make a power roll with an extreme success. With a hard... Okay, so now it's just checking our success rate. Okay, well, once again, I don't see this being... This is going to determine how mad we went, I think. 44 is a regular success. But for 4 luck, we could make it a hard success. Which I think is worth it. So I'm making an executive decision. So we're down to 22 luck, and we've got a hard success. The veil to the dimension beyond slams shut, but you are not alone. Things emerge from the rift before it closed. You sense them in the prickling of your skin. You know them as the vermin of Otherwen. You saw their shadows, heard their name in the currents of chaos. 10 Aranide. An ice-lipped wound rips open on your body. A cascade of blood soaks your clothes. You dash from the temple and shriek, "Get away from here!" Your companions have learned that such warnings should not be taken lightly in North Hanina. They wheel and dash back the way you came. Take 1d6 damage. If your party still has 5 members, go to 547. If you've lost 1, go to 437. Okay, I mean, we have lost... I mean, we haven't lost... yeah, we have lost 1. We lost Charlie. 4 damage. So that takes us down to 11 hit points. So I don't know if Charlie counts as lost, but we're not at 5. So we're definitely not at 5. So I think we have to go to 437. Your terrified party races away from the scene of the grisly attack. Can distance save you from the invisible tormentor? Attempt an extreme power roll for Bernard. If he succeeds, go to 442. If he fails, 438. I mean, that's so... 14. That's so unlikely to happen. $60. Bernard shrieks in agony and falls to the ground in a mist of blood. You sprint away, your feet ripping through the underbrush. Attempt a hard power roll for Sylvia. Uh-oh, Michael, you got everyone killed with your lust for knowledge. That's so like you. Okay, so Sylvia's got 35 here. Yeah! 47! Sylvia. Luck. Down to... so she's got 65. So that's 12. Which takes her down to 53. You run, propelled by mortal terror, until your strength gives out. You collapse against a tree, gulping air. But the bloodletting is over. Perhaps the invisible killer is somehow tied to the stone formation where you encountered it. However, you have run deep into the woods and cannot find your way back to camp. If all of your students survived, if you lost one... Okay, so we lost one student. I mean, Charlie was already gone, but she's not a student. So we've lost one student. If they're all dead, go to this other place. Oh, God. Bleak. You and the two students travel over trackless woods on short rations. From day to day, the air cools as the short summer declines into rugged subarctic autumn. Oh my God, like, how long have we been lost in the woods? God. If any of your party requires healing, you may restore 1 hit point each. Okay, so we've got 5 options again. I'll read them to you because one of them is going to be not offered. We can follow the river. We can scale a ridge. We can thread through light woodland. Go deeper into the forest. Or concentrate on finding supplies. Although, to be fair, that requires a luck roll, and our luck is god-awful. So maybe we'll just veto that one, actually. Yeah, I feel like that's not even worth it. So, here's the poll. Where next? Look at this! We've got a vote in the chat for Alone Against the Frost. And yeah, you maniacs have voted to go deeper into the forest. Do you want to kill poor Michael? You've already tried to drive him insane. He's got 28 points of Cthulhu Mythos, and now you're just going to get him killed. Good. I hope you're pleased with yourselves. Let's go. To avoid a riverside marsh, you weave through a forest of mature larch. The uneven terrain makes you wish that Charlie was still with your party. Attempt a track roll. If you succeed, go here. If you fail, go here. Okay, let's check. Who's our best tracker? Who can do a tracking roll? Probably not me either, because I'm by me, I mean Michael. Because he's dead out of luck. He used all his luck to survive his encounter with... oh, I actually need to check this off camera, because I made our character sheet here. Tracking. No, we've got Bupkiss in tracking. We've got 10%. No chance. So let's hope that someone here has a better tracking skill. It's either going to be... It's going to have to be Sylvia or Norman. Come on, Sylvia or Norman. So here's Sylvia. She's got track 10. Oh God, we're going to get lost in the woods because none of us know how to track. Oh good, Norman has 15. All right, listen, Norman, it's all on you and your 15% and your 55 luck to pull this off. Yeah. 13. Unbelievable. He's done it. That's actually really... That's really funny. Lucky 13. Let's go. You notice light tracks through the woods. On closer examination, you think they were left by moccasin-clad humans. You guess that the travelers are indigenous people, probably one that has had little contact with traders. To follow the tracks, go to 559. To attempt to avoid the travelers, go to 572. All right, well, I need a break, so this is going to be our next poll. Do we follow the travelers, or do we avoid the travelers? Travelers, the moccasin-clad natives. Right. You all seem to think we should follow these people. Well, have I got news for you? You might be right. I don't know. There was something about cannibals or something earlier in the text. I can't remember exactly what they said, but it could just be rumors. Might not be these people. Might be untrue. Furthermore, if we just try to avoid them, maybe that's going to be worse than trying to follow them. So, let's do it. You follow the trail for almost a mile and finally hear a mutter of voices. Crawling up to a mass of bearberry bushes, you part them enough to see the other side. There, in the shadow of the larches, you observe several native people. Anthropologically, you recognize indicators of the Tsutina, apparently a very isolated group. Their skin shirts, leggings, their skin shirts? Leggings and woodland-style moccasins indicate minimal contact with the outside. You see several 19th century rifles, some only single-shot weapons, among them. Charlie said something about outcasts. Could this be the group she mentioned? To stand up and greet the Tsutsina, go to 560. To stay where you are and watch a while longer, make a stealth roll. Someone just straight in right away, knows exactly what they want. Say hello! Surely we should watch, right? Like, stay hidden and watch and see if, like, maybe, I don't know, they start eating people? Sorry, I guess we're going to stand up and say hello, which I think was a bad idea, but sometimes that's just the way democracy goes. At the first sight of you, the men raise their weapons in advance. To make a gesture signifying peace and stand your ground, go to 561. To run, go to 574. I mean, we gotta signify peace, right? I think that was kind of the idea. If we die, can I change my vote? Yeah, at some point, Yogi, we'll get to probably have to die and start over. I mean, we've only just passed halfway through the stream. Although I suspect we'll probably have less time for this once Barry and Michael turn up. Although, to be fair, Barry suggested this, and he is, like, a big fan of it. So, you know, maybe he will want to see us go through it. I have ended the poll. We are doing gesture for peace. We're definitely going to have to make some kind of check, and possibly we're just going to get torn apart. You urge Norma and Sylvia to make no aggressive moves. The hunters press in around you and take the rifle from your hand and the knife from your belt. The students get the same treatment. You tell the hunters you mean no harm, keeping your voice even. One of the hunters speaks in his tribal tongue. You have enough of his language to interpret it as silence, or some variation. Your captors take 3 of you down to the spot where you first sighted them. When you arrive, you find you are not the only prisoners of this particular band. A girl, perhaps of the same community, rests behind a tree trunk, bound hand and foot. The leader of the hunters fires gruff instructions to his men. His words are too rapid for your slim knowledge of the dialect, but the subsequent actions are clear. The girl is quickly freed from her bonds. Rubbing her wrists to restore circulation, she is wordlessly accepted back into the clan's ranks. Roll a d10. Yeah. It's a 6. The situation does not look promising. We don't have that keyword. We've only got the keywords barefoot and tangent. The hunters seem most interested in young Sylvia Davidson. They seize and bind her. You bark a curse and try to throw off those holding you. One slams the back of his fist into your face. As you stagger, blood begins to run from your nose. Beside you, Norman struggles and meets the same reaction. The others place Sylvia up against a tree and tie her there, like some sort of offering to the forest. "Professor!" she cries, but you can do nothing. The hunters shove you and Norman out of the clearing as they gather their gear and leave the spot. You and Norman are pushed ahead of them down the trail as Sylvia's sobs fade with the distance. Once you are well away from the spot, the hunters seem to lose interest in you. They tie both of you up and vanish into the twilight forest. Surprisingly, they leave your weapons nearby. You and Norman struggle with your rawhide bindings. Can you get back to Sylvia before who knows what befalls her in the darkness? Lose 1 hit point. You may attempt to break the bindings or wriggle free. Choose either strength or dex and make a hard roll on that characteristic. If you fail, Norman may make an attempt. If one of you succeeds, move on. Here we are. So strength 65, dex 70. I don't know why I wouldn't just pick dex then. And what are Norman's? Because I'll probably have to roll for him after I fail. So Norman's got 16, 70. So we're just doing 270 checks and someone needs to succeed, basically. Alright, here we go then. Testing for dexterity. 70. It's rolled entirely off camera. Great. So we've got a 4 and a 7. 74. It was 70, wasn't it? I think it was 70 for both. So we could spend 4 luck, but we are down to 22 luck. So I think I'm willing to roll for Norman and then spend Norman's luck on it if he fails. Hopefully he won't fail. Hopefully if he does fail, it's not too bad. But he's got 55 luck, so here we go. Come on, Norman. You can do it. I believe in you. Uh-oh. What is that? No, it's a 5. That's 59. That's good. We've done it. Well done, Norman. Norman breaks free. So we can go to 5, 6, 4. One of you quickly slips out of the bonds and frees the other. You are just able to retrace your path before the failing light makes backtracking impossible. You find the bound form of Sylvia. Norman cuts her bonds and she falls into your arms, trembling. She's quiet for a few minutes before she draws herself up, and you can almost see her summon the determination that built her family's fortunes. Once she is ready to walk, you hurry your group away. There might be some anthropological value in studying a place of sacrifice, but this is not the time for it. You take a brief rest before dawn. To continue exploring the region, turn to 600. To retreat towards civilization, go to 513. You press on through the indeterminable landscape of the North Hanina. If you have the keyword Inchcape, go somewhere. We don't. So, more options. More impenetrable terrain. More unknown truths. Interestingly, actually, we've got one here that I think we've already been through. So I wonder, yeah, I mean, these are sort of, So I'm going to veto, if you look here, the final one, which is penetrate deeper into the forest. So I haven't got any new keywords, and that's an option we've already had. So I think that takes us on a cycle. Oh, there's Sylvia tied up to the tree. Oh, that's possibly the woman that was tied up there when we first arrived. I don't know what all the eggs and the spiders about. There's a tang of autumn in the air. This suggests that it will be an early fall, which worries you, as it means early snow in the Northland. As you ponder this, a narrow but deep ravine cuts across your way, and the rushing stream within seems too rapid to cross safely. Look, says Norman, pointing at a tree that has fallen across the ravine. We can use that for a bridge. Sylvia pokes at it with her stick and shakes her head. It's rotten. It might not hold our weight, even one at a time. Norman seems petulant, but you support Sylvia. Make camp in the vicinity. As you open your eyes in the morning light, you hear a great cracking sound. It is immediately followed by Norman's baritone cry and Sylvia's running feet. Groggy, you race toward the sound and spot the students. Norman hangs over the edge of the ravine, prevented from falling by no more than Sylvia's arm. The idiot! You idiot! Despite your warning, he tested the strength of the tree bridge, and it collapsed. Whether you can prevent tragedy depends on how long Sylvia can hold on. Make an opposed roll for Sylvia's strength against Norman's Sizz. I'll have to check that. If Sylvia wins, go to 322. If Norman wins, goes to 319. Okay. Norman, you idiot!
Why did we go to the ravine?
Alright, so here we go. So we'll roll for Norman first and see how well he does. So ideally we want him to get like 100, right? Which is a big fail. And we don't want him to get less than 12, which would be an extreme success. $81. That's good. That's a bad fail. Alright. Come on, Sylvia. You can do it. You can rescue Norman.
Unless you did want a success because he's holding his own body weight.
No, this is an opposed check, right? So you want him to fail and her to succeed.
Oh, okay.
Right? It's not like a collaborative check. I don't. I'm literally making up how this works because I don't actually know. Come on, under 50. Well, that's 93, so that's worse. I mean, they both failed. In the case of a draw, the side with the higher skill value wins. If both sides are equal, then roll off a dice. Okay, so
was it a draw? They both
yeah,
failed.
so it was a draw, which means that Norman wins because he's got a higher skill check value. Which is so basically, chat. We have to spend. Do you want to let her in? We have to spend of our 65 luck points. We have to spend 43 to save Norman. Do we want to spend... Did we spend some luck already? Oh, yeah, we did. But we still have 53. So we could go down to 10 luck to save Norman. So, the question is, do you want to spend all of Sylvia's luck to save Norman? What do you think? Comments in the chat. Let us know.
So what would we do? Use all 53 points?
No, we'd have to use 43 points. So we'd have 10 left.
Okay.
Which is not good.
No, okay.
We'd be pretty much out of luck at this point, I think.
This is not going well.
No, but Call of Cthulhu never goes well. It's not a world where things go well. And quite frankly, the people who live here should know better than to walk across tree bridges. Honestly.
Norman is a bit of a muppet, but I feel sorry for Sylvia that she's having to die because of his stupidity. She's already had enough done to her. She's been tied to a tree and all sorts.
Alright, last chance to get your votes in, or else we're going to spend all of our luck points to save Norman. Alright, that's it. We're saving Norman. So, that's 43 luck points from Sylvia, so she's down to 10. And Norman is saved. You grab Sylvia's feet just as she begins to slide down after Norman. You battle for a few seconds until you have both of them safely up on the cliff beside you.
Yeah, she was going to pull him. He was going to pull her over.
Your party can spare little time to celebrate its preservation. The odds are still against safely returning home. Yeah, and whose fault is that? Oh no, now we have to make a luck roll. Who's got the most luck? I think it's Norman, actually. So that could be his
penance
for yeah, because we're down to we are down to 22 luck.
I'm on 22.
Yeah, you're on 22. Sylvia's on 10. And Norman is, I think, still on 55, which is his starting luck.
Right.
Yes. So, Norman, make a luck check. $40. Success.
Lovely.
We press on one more day. It is time to decide the course of your expedition. Fort McDonald lies within reach, and you may go there to end your expedition in North Hanina. If you still have an appetite for exploration, you may take a short side trip or even strike back out into the depths of the valley. We've been here before. We've seen this choice before. This is where we can sort of just head home and be like, yeah, we've seen
done.
enough. Yeah. So, well, I mean, I think at this point we're not going to end it. The side trip, I seem to remember, was a complete waste of time. So I'm just going to take an executive decision and strike back out.
What was the side trip?
Can't remember. That's how insignificant it was.
It was boring.
Yep. We might actually not have done it. But look, we've come far. We've accrued Cthulhu points. We need to use them to do something
useful.
simple.
Unless it tells you what the points are when you get back. No?
Every field trip is a rare opportunity that must be fought for. Miskatonic is a wonderful institution, but the discoveries that change the known world are made here, on its fringes, through painstaking and dangerous exploration. You cannot give up yet. If the expedition still has all its personnel, go here. If only 2 students remain, go here. If Charlie alone has been lost, go here. If Bernard alone has been lost, go here. Right. Only 2 students remain, so off to 600.
But if only Bernard's... Oh, because we'd still have Charlie, wouldn't we? Yeah. Oh, all these different options. I want to know them all.
There's so much going on here. And we've seen... I feel like we've seen barely any of it. You press on through the... Oh, we're back to this press on through the interminable landscape of North Hannah now. So this is actually, I think, the choice we were literally on when we
went to the ravine.
Went to the big long... Yeah, so we've... scale a ridge. We did that. Stick close to the river. We haven't done that.
I thought sticking close to the river was winning when I arrived.
Yeah, but that was sail back down the river. So we sailed back down the river and just went back to the town. This is stick close to the river, or hold a parallel course, or tread through the light woodland, or penetrate deeper into the forest. So we've done that. So we've done 2 of these. So stick close to the river, parallel course, or light woodland is your next
vote.
Is your next vote. All right. I'm ending the poll. We are heading to the river, just like Michael wanted. You've all pleased him. Are you happy? Are you happy with yourselves?
I never get this.
This is complete slider. Complete lies. Norman and Sylvia follow you in silence.
Yeah, they should be thinking about what
You
Norman...
suspect that they'd much rather have gone back to the hotel. You suspect they think you obsessive for continuing after the loss of Bernard and Charlie. You do not try to explain yourself.
No, leader never explains himself.
Never apologize, never explain. Along your trek, you come upon a gorge and elect to follow it. A mile or so upstream, you find a crevasse in the mountainside, the source of the stream. Since the creek runs rapidly here, it will be hazardous to attempt to wade through in order to explore the valley beyond.
No wading.
If any of your party requires healing, you may restore a hit point. To pitch camp and rest before retracing your course. Before retracing your course, hit 124. To try to wade into the hidden valley, go to 125.
No wading. No wading.
Are you kidding me? Like, we came all this way. We're definitely wading into the
hidden valley. It
hidden
literally says if you go wading, you're going to die.
That's not what it said.
It did. It said it's too treacherous.
It will be hazardous to attempt to wade through.
There we go.
Yeah. But you know what? We can turn around and just continue wandering around the deep wood, getting picked off by whatever it was that picked off Bernard the first time I killed him.
Fine.
Well, to be fair, this is for chat.
Oh, yes.
Do you want
to control?
Listen, chat. Do you want to retrace our steps or explore the hidden valley? There, choose one of these.
What does it say? Die. Turn back. What does that say? Oh, I really should have brought my glasses.
It says choose. Turn around and go back, or explore the magical hidden valley.
That's paraphrased.
What you mean is that's not unbiased. Alright, well at least we got a hit point back, because we don't have many hit points. So that was good. 6 votes, it's unanimous. With a touch of dread, you study the submerged ledge that runs through the fissure, but daring the rushing water is the only way to reach the canyon beyond. Make a luck roll. Oh dear, well, there we go.
There we go.
Why couldn't we make like a nature roll or something? Make a luck roll. If you succeed, go 174. If you fail, go 193. Right. Well, this is going to have to be our man.
Because he's got 50,
Norman,
right?
because he's the only one that has anything left. Go, Norman! You can do it! We believe in you! Do you want to roll for this?
No, absolutely not. Because I'll fail.
Let's go, Norman! 74. It's not good.
Oh, shit.
So, he's going to have to spend luck to make that work. He needs to get to 55. This is 74, so he needs to spend 19 luck.
I would spend the 19.
Yep. I mean, what's it for if not to get us into the Forbidden Valley of magical reward?
Well, I think what's going to happen is we're just going to get swept away, people will die, and then you'll just be knowing you'll have just lost someone and have no value.
Michael, this game's a lot less stressful if you just accept that's going to happen anyway.
I know, but I can't.
Are you spending luck on a luck roll? Oh, we're not allowed to do that, Alessandro. Yes, we were trying to do that. Yes. Are we in trouble? No luck on sands rolls, combat rolls, and luck rolls. Okay, yeah, that's right. I tried to spend luck on a sanity roll earlier and he called me out. So, okay, those are the three. Okay, so we have to go back. Sorry, we didn't make it into the valley at all. We've drifted downriver and died. Let's find out what happens.
Are you putting Norman's back to...
Yeah, Norman can have all his luck back. Great. He can have his luck back and break his neck. You hear Sylvia gasp behind you, and you turn to see her swept off the ledge into the center of the churning stream. You only have a moment to make a life or death decision. To plunge in and attempt rescue, make a strength and swim roll. If you succeed both, go forward. If you fail either, go somewhere else. Or remain on the ledge and watch her die.
No!
Oh yeah, do you want to swim in and everyone dies?
I don't want her to die.
Michael, how could you? Says Haggers.
Oh.
Right, let's have a quick look and see if anyone's got good swimming strength. So Norman has strength 60, which is not great, and he's got swim 40, so slightly better than us. So I guess we make the decision to push Norman in and force him to go rescue her.
That makes up for him cracking the tree.
Yeah, you idiot, go rescue her. We can't swim well. That's 99. That could only have been worse by 1.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think there's any saving that. Actually, there is, because he hasn't spent any of his luck yet. So theoretically, he could spend
30.
But
then he's got to roll less than 40.
Yeah, then he's got to get really lucky on the next roll. He couldn't even spend 30. He'd have to spend 39. Which would leave him on 6. I think they're both going to die, and you're going to be left all alone in the valley by yourself.
I didn't want to go there.
Too bad. You were compelled by some unseen force called Chat.
Called Chad.
Chad. Yeah, specifically Chad. Okay. Right. Do we spend all the luck for this? I think I don't know. Up to you.
Me? Or Chat?
You. I guess you've been overruled, so up to you.
Me?
Sure, why not? You got overruled on this, so now do you want to spend all the luck? You'd have to roll the next roll yourself, though. And then you'd have to get less than 40.
You give me such an awful decision here.
And I'm having a great time.
Why are you giving me such an awful thing to decide? Fine, spend the luck, and then I'll roll for the swim.
Cool. So, that's 39, which takes us down to 16. So, no one's got any luck left. We're pretty much all dead. Here is...
So I want 40 or less, right?
Yeah, 40 or less.
And yellow's the 10s.
Yellow's the 10s.
Please. I've been so rubbish since I came back with dice rolls. 50.
That's not done it. But you could spend 10,
10.
and then you'd have 6 luck left. Norman would be like a dead man walking, but you would have saved Sylvia. I think probably these people are just gonna die anyway. Like, this is all fruitless.
Spend it, because Sylvia's only got 10, so that takes him pretty much there. Okay, yeah, let's do that.
So Norman is down to 6 luck. Sylvia's on 10 luck. You're on 22 luck.
And I now make no
but
decisions.
I guess we've managed to save her. Together, Norman and Sylvia struggle to the shore, safe on dry land. No thanks to Michael, who just stood by and watched. You lie staring at the sky, gasping for breath and waiting for Michael to join you. Your academic commitment... I guess we're back to Michael now. Michael's academic commitment fades. For what purpose have you been risking your lives to enter what is probably an empty box canyon? The expedition is in shambles. It's time you ended it. If you require, you may attempt first aid rolls. If you succeed, you may heal 1d3 hit points to Sylvia and yourself. Alright, well, we might as well just do that. First aid. Did we put any points in it? We've got 30 in first aid. What's Sylvia got? Alright, Sylvia's got 35, so we will get Sylvia to do a first aid test.
So what's this for? To see how damaged we are getting out of the river?
Yeah, just to see if we can get some hit points back.
Okay.
Nope. Well, your expedition has gone on a long time, but I think we've run out of luck and we're quite close to death.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Story time, almost at an end. You and the 2 students travel over trackless woods on short rations. From day to day, the air cools as the short summer declines into the rugged subarctic autumn. If any of your party requires healing, you may now recover a hit point. To follow the river, go to 470. To scale a ridge, go to 469. To thread through the light woodland, go to 218.
Oh, so we're back at this option then.
To penetrate deeper into the forest, go to 557. To concentrate on finding supplies, make a luck roll. No.
No.
Now point. Yeah. So we've just round up back at this option again.
Yeah.
To permeate deeper into the forest. Yeah, so we've actually done all of these but one. So I guess we're going 218. Threading through the light woodland. One lazy morning, you range along a birch-shaded brook with Norman and Sylvia spearfishing. Something twangs into the papery bark beside your head. You glance at it and see that it is a small dart of some kind.
Uh-oh.
Immediately, a shrill series of whoops rings from the foliage. You are under attack by people. People only 3 feet tall.
Are these the boogie woogies?
The boogie woogie's back. No, that's not what they're called. They're called puck woogies.
Have I just made that up?
No, they're called like puck woogies or something.
Oh, puck woogies. Just made them all disco. Made them boogie woogies.
That's the Bee Gees. Oh no. You shout a warning to your companions and push them ahead of you. Within seconds, you're all running as quickly as you can, ignoring the way the thickets tear at your clothes and scratch your flesh. With your longer legs, you can surely outdistance the aggressive little men. If you can just get out of range. Make a dex roll. Norman's got 70.
70. Sylvia's 65. What are we?
70.
So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so here we go. We're looking for a 70. I guess we'll roll because we have the most luck left. Oh, 81.
What?
So bad. It started getting real bad rolls. Maybe we should have stuck with the green die. Right. So, to succeed, we must spend 11 of our 22 luck.
Yes.
But
Unless
then,
you don't want to.
Well, I don't know. I'm just thinking, like, nothing interesting has happened. Maybe we just let them capture us.
Okay.
And see what happens. They were spitting darts at us. It's probably a bad idea. Let's spend the luck and just get away. For God's sake, all we've done is spend our time running around this valley away from things and falling into ravines. We've done nothing interesting.
Oh my god, of course my expedition would be the non-event one.
Well, I'd point out that the one time we didn't sort of attack anything, we did find some hunters' tracks, and then we approached them peacefully and tried to talk to them, and
They ran away?
they tied us up and they tried to sacrifice Sylvia, so.
Yeah. Not good either, is it?
Your heedless flight through the dark woods has shaken off your pursuers. Now only Sylvia and Norman remain with you. You look at their exhausted faces and vow to find a way out of this accursed valley. Oh. So do we just live here now? No, we don't want to find a way out. We want to find something meaningful. You realize how ill-prepared you were for the menaces of the North Hanina. Your only hope is to escape it as soon as possible.
Great.
That's Barry. Barry's here to play this game. Right, we need to go let Barry in.
Anyway, I'm here now. Let me save this segment. What's happening?
Okay, well, we've been wandering around a valley in northern Canada for a long time. Have we just come back to the same area? Wait a minute.
Are you going in circles?
Yes.
Great.
I'm almost certain we are.
Do you want me to look up where it is in the book and then we can skip ahead?
Barry's got the actual book with him, so...
Actual physical copy.
Yeah, so we can stick our fingers in different places and thumb through.
No, Barry, because what we've been doing is giving chat polls, but only when it's meaningful.
We can encourage them to make the right decision.
Make the right
Listen, chat, you've had us going in circles forever. I mean, basically, we've got 28 points of Cthulhu mythos knowledge.
Useful in a campaign, less useful here.
So, is it? I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm not really sure what we're striking out for here. Are we just trying to get home now?
No.
We're trying to find.
There is something out there.
Yeah.
Fine. What are all those other numbers?
Oh, those are the preceding. Those are the possible passages you might have come here from.
Gotcha. Yes, correct.
So
this is why you're going in circles.
Yeah, because there's an awful lot
all
of things.
roads lead to.
All roads leads
4.
back to 324. Stupid forest. We need to find a way out. We need to find a way out. We need to find a way out. Maybe we need to look for
Why
supplies
don't we start
and
a
fail.
new life here?
We haven't tried that. Yeah, well, exactly. That's what I was thinking. You know,
In the snow.
There's fish.
In the woods.
Well, it's autumn now and it's quite cold.
Yeah.
In Canada.
Need a hut. Protect ourselves.
Yeah, we tried that, and then you had a vision of an abyss and went mad and got Bernard killed.
Oh.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, someone left an abyssal portal open in the hut.
Well, there must be alternative options
Somewhere along the line, yeah.
after you go somewhere else. So
Yeah. So I think let's try 557 again because it's been ages, and I felt like I feel like that was the one where we ended up following the hunters, and there was probably some alternate path there where we avoided the hunters and did something else, or
557.
yeah. Okay, let's give that a shot.
see what happens.
The worst thing that could, I mean,
We'll
We'll just come back to 324
I
again.
was about to say,
that's-
coming back to 324 is the worst thing that can happen probably.
Yeah.
Right to me.
To avoid the riverside marsh, you weave through a forest of mature
Mature
larch.
Eh.
The uneven terrain makes you wish that Charlie was still with your party.
What
Attempt
happened to Charlie?
attempt a track roll. Oh yeah, this is where we found the tracks of the hunters.
Okay. Did you succeed last time?
Yes.
I just succeed again.
Yeah.
It's the same tracks. I'm still good at it.
We found them already. Yeah, because I imagine if you fail,
Oh,
we'll go back
headers.
to 324.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Your party makes progress through the larch forest. Attempt a listen roll.
Could be anything. Yeah, 50 listens your best bet.
All right, Michael, do you want to have a crack at it?
Okay.
And this is Sylvia Davidson. A key listener. Oh, which one's 10 still?
70. That's 70. The yellow is 10s.
If it was the other way around though.
That would have been great.
That would have been. I would have aced everything. That would have been an extreme success. A gruff voice snaps, "Drop your guns!" You hear the click of a rifle lever and look up to see several hunters on either side of you with weapons leveled. Resistance would be exceptionally foolish. You instruct the student. Well, this is basically what happened last time because we got the jump on them and then just gave up.
Alright.
Oh.
And that ended perfectly, right?
Yep. I mean, Sylvia almost got sacrificed, but then I guess she just got traumatized.
Well, if she's
And
not listening
released.
for things, then she deserves it.
Resistance would be exceptionally... yeah, she missed the tracks that we found before, so... You instruct the students to disarm and take a look at your captors. You recognize indicators of the Sur-Ina, apparently a very isolated group. Since their old-fashioned skin shirts, leggings, and woodland-style moccasins indicate minimal contact with the outside, their rifles are from the 19th century. Some are single-shot. Charlie said something about outcasts. Could this be the group she mentioned? You keep your voice even and address the man who spoke. We mean you no harm. Be silent! The leader grunts and nudges you with the rifle barrel. Taking the hint, you follow your captors to a secluded spot. I feel like this is exactly what happened last time. When you arrive there, you find you are not the only prisoners of this particular... Yeah, this is exactly what happened last time. But maybe we'll get a different result here. Or maybe the same result.
We'll be fine.
You find you are not the only prisoners of this particular band. A girl, perhaps of the same community, rests behind a tree trunk, bound hand and foot. The leader of the hunters fires gruff instructions to his men. His words are too rapid for your slim knowledge of the dialect, but subsequent actions are clear. The girl is quickly freed from her bonds, rubbing her wrists to restore the circulation. She is wordlessly accepted back into the clan's ranks. Roll a d10.
I'm on it. I roll the good one.
Yeah, roll a good one.
3.
3.
Feel like we wanted a bigger number here.
Well, this is just odds or evens.
Oh, well.
Oh, okay.
Odds.
I feel like last time we had evens, so this might be different. The hunters produce enough cords to bind all 3 of you. Yep, this is new. And then place you each against a tree
I'm into it.
and lash you to the trunk. They quietly whisper, Rodney is the safe word. They place you against the tree and lash you to the trunk. Their mysterious work done, the outcasts pack up their simple gear and abandon the spot. You wait for a few minutes before beginning to struggle against your bonds. A part of you finds this professionally fascinating, but you'll have to get free if you wish to publish your findings. Make an extreme dex roll for everyone present. Any of you succeed, go to 1 result.
Right. One at a time, shall we? Oh, can people see if we put it in the middle or over the cakes?
So what do
So
we need?
So every character gets a chance at escaping, and you need an extreme success. So for you,
Yes.
14.
14?
Yeah.
Okay.
What one's the 10s?
Yellow.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
31.
was coming up. That's how much luck we got. Not enough.
No.
No,
Oh,
no,
that
no.
could have been 13.
Yeah. Why don't we just change?
Oh, that would have been perfect.
Roll better, Michael.
No
But-
problem.
But each person gets 1.
Luckily, Sylvia is still struggling. She needs 13.
13. Right. I've got this. No problem.
I got 13.
Hey, you got 31. You liar.
I'll just move on to the next character.
It's 60.
Again, had the blue dice been the 10s,
Yep.
a 6. Perfect. Do we still have Norman?
Yep.
So Norman requires 14.
Great.
Back to it.
Do you want-
I'm just in charge of...
Barry's taking charge.
Yeah.
Bears in charge of numbers.
I'm supervising. Yes. No.
Oh, that would have been 8. Can we change it the other way around?
Okay, so moving forward, we'll reverse them.
As soon as you
I'm
do.
going to cross out here that yellow's 10s, and I'm going to write blue is 10s.
And
There
the
you
second
go.
we do that, it's going to be...
Yep, exactly right.
Right, Bernard.
Blue is now 10s. Remember this when you're cross in a minute.
When I'm not happy. But I'm like angry at the randomness of die.
Tragically, that's everyone. Bernard is dead, and Charlie
Bernard's
left
dead.
many moons ago. So, moving on. That's very
Yeah, that's 41. What? No, we're keeping it as it is.
You want to go back to yellow's 10s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if I know anything about
Changing the
dice, all
system
evens is in.
again. It's whatever's written down here. I'm changing it.
Yeah, because I can't believe that.
Well, I mean, there was nobody left to roll for. That was just me.
That was just you. I know.
Trolling him, yeah.
Exactly.
The clever knots of the hunters foil your party's best attempt. You have no choice but to wait where you are as a long, cold night begins. Slumped against your tree in the half-light of dawn, you open your eyes to see a group of tiny figures watching you. They stand only as tall as your thigh. You wonder if you're dreaming. The group has pale grey skin and over-defined, almost sculpted features. Their lack of color makes them seem inhuman. They carry bows and cords with wooden balls attached. Some sort of bolus? They wear grotesque, angular ornamentation made from what you hope are animal bones. They cut you free from the tree, but immobilize you for transport. Half carrying, half dragging, the little wild men bustle your party away. You are chafed and bruised when they finally pause in a clearing.
Just like last time.
This is not just like last time we got out of the bombs.
Sorry, I meant last time for me.
Oh.
Last time I was tied up in the woods.
This is just like that time Barry met the gnomes. Full-sized figure in a deerskin cowl hobbles into the clearing. It pauses before you and casts off its hood. Beneath is an old Caucasian woman, her eyes intense amid saggy slate-colored skin. You are startled to hear her speak English. Ah, you know about this, Michael, because of your glance into the portal.
Ooh.
We are the Kiwanima. Others call us the Little Ones. Or the Mamaguin. Or the Pukwugis. Our ancestors were tall like yourself, and they ruled this continent before the Age of Ice. But we practiced too long the Elder Magic, and slowly it changed us. We grew smaller, weaker, less handsome.
Explains a lot.
Michael, this next line is for you.
I can't read that.
Why do you call yourself Kiwanima?
Why do you call yourself Kiwanima?
You ask.
What I do declare.
She cackles. You see a woman of your own kind, but millennia ago I was Mother Queen of the Kiwanima.
Oh god.
As the power of our stock diminished, we decided that one of us should pass their soul into the body of a woman untainted by the old magic. Her eyes gleam. Since then, I have taken many bodies. Each I will use till it is corrupted by sorcery. Then I will take another. A wizened finger explores...
Wizened, is it?
A wizened finger
No, it's
explores the
real
wrinkles
smart.
of her face. This body is almost used up. I require another. If
Oh, no.
if Michael's a woman, go to one. If Michael's not a woman, go to a different one. Michael's not a woman, so
Oh, that's good. She wants a body, doesn't she? She wants
yeah.
to
Well, that's
transfer.
that's obviously what the sacrifice was for, and now they're going to use Sylvia instead. The crone extends a talon-like finger towards Sylvia. The body of that girl shall be the receptacle for my soul.
No.
The clone gloats. Prepare her! The Kiwanima drags Sylvia to a spot where 4 stakes have been driven into the ground. She is bound, spread-eagled between the stakes. You struggle, but it's hopeless.
Oh no.
The Kiwanima force Sylvia to drink from a clay beaker, a draught that seems to put her into a drugged trance. The little grey people gather around her, chattering a cadence, holding crude tapers of animal fat in their tiny fists. The queen priestess kneels behind Sylvia and grips the girl's temples, praying. Ya Niathletep, Ya Rehathaloth, Ya Thakwa, Negragla.
Beautifully pronounced.
That's perfect pronunciation. I'm actually fluent. As the old woman kneels, tremors shake her body. An expression of terror stretches Sylvia's face. Some kind of psychic struggle is taking place between the ancient witch and the young woman. The Kiwanima Queen's POW is 90. That's a power of wisdom?
No, power.
Power, just
Yeah,
power.
Straight up power, yeah. So it's like willpower.
Willpower.
Um,
Power of will.
yeah,
Use
sure.
Sylvia's POW to make an opposed skill roll. If Sylvia wins the struggle, go somewhere. If she loses, go somewhere else.
Do you know how to do opposed rolls?
Yes, we've learned this.
Okay.
So, what's Sylvia's POW?
70.
That's less good than 90.
It is, but it might not make too much odds, right?
Who knows?
Because you're going to roll close to 97 anyway, so...
So, in order for the bad lady to lose, she needs 91 or above.
No. So an opposed roll is degrees of success.
Oh, okay.
So you're both rolling against your
so
power.
So if they both succeed, it's
Yes,
a draw.
but if somebody has a hard success or an extreme success.
Got it.
So somebody will need to roll for each.
Right, so do you want to roll for Sylvia and I'll roll for the villain?
No, I don't want to roll at all because it's too much
don't like
pressure.
No,
I'm gonna be awful.
It's
I don't want
me.
Sylvia to die.
Well,
You've brought this upon her.
yeah, well, at least something happened. All
Yeah,
right,
but at
so
least it's Sylvia, not us.
this
That's
is
true.
so remember, yellows are 10s, and this is for the Ice Queen or the evil.
And what we're wanting as
The key
Wait,
one.
no, big.
as big as possible.
Ideally a fail, 90 odds.
Yeah, 100 would be great. I rolled 16.
That is
That's very good.
absolutely... Yeah, for her.
Yeah. So now I'll roll for Sylvia.
Right, so you need at least 14.
Great. No problem. I got this. I lied. It's 27, which is actually not.
That would normally be a hard success, which would be good, but in this instance, the
So-
extreme success wins.
What does Sylvia need for an extreme success?
14.
14.
But you would still... I forget
We don't
on
have enough
ties, I think you still lose anyway.
No, it says on ties. Then no, ties are broken by the better stat, so that would be 19.
Yeah, so there's no point.
Yeah. So okay, well, Sylvia's dead.
Should have rolled Sylvia first.
No.
Yeah,
we don't
Michael
like-
should have rolled.
We don't know Sylvia's dead.
I mean, she's not dead. She's just gonna,
She's just having a nap.
she's just she's transitioning to some other plane of existence. Okay. Abruptly, the contest between Sylvia and the old woman concludes. When the hag sags to the ground, you think for a moment Sylvia has won, but then she speaks a bizarre phrase. Ipstrith, tough the knot. A blaze of unearthly flame chars her bonds to power. She stands up. Outwardly, she appears unchanged, but Sylvia's characteristic seriousness has been seared away. Her movements are utterly unlike those of Sylvia you have known for many months.
Crip work.
The witch's spell has taken possession of her. She slowly and deliberately removes her clothing, then wraps herself up in the deer skin formerly worn by her now deceased predecessor. The tiny men grovel on the ground before the girl's naked feet. She accepts their homage and turns a withered stare toward you and Norman. She gives an order in an unknown tongue. Roll a d10 to find out what the order is.
So is it just us and Norman left?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if we can't get rid of him.
Is this odds and evens, yeah?
Just odds and evens. I can't believe you're all evens.
The diminutive people carry you out of the glen to a lonely spot. Turn to 324. It's not. Where the diminutive people carry you out of the glen to a lonely spot. Here a hook-toothed rock stands under the gnarled evergreens,
Sounds fine.
marked with carvings and painted symbols. They tie you to the rock and begin to circle around you, their bone adornments clicking in unwelcome rhythm. Several yell over what seems to be an old fire pit. A glowing vapor curls from it, swirling into a tight, dazzling mass. It's not supposed to do that, you think. As the hunters cavort, they launch ecstatic shouts to heaven. You glance up. The mists have parted, and with an odd clarity, you see the Hades in the head of Taurus. Cold wind massages your face. As you shiver, you get the impression that the sky, a terrifying void just a moment ago, is now rushing down upon you.
Oh god.
Inexplicably, they cut your bonds and flee. You fall to your knees beneath the stone.
This is fine.
Nadelman! Nadelman! The wind whispers in your ears. With the sound comes a compulsion to run towards its source, to somehow touch the wintry sky. You desperately want to reach, to merge with whatever's up there. In the summons is an offer, existence wilder than life, death that conquers death, change that transcends immortality. The summons has a power of will of 4d6 plus 60. To resist it, make an opposed one. Alright,
So you need to roll 4d6 to begin with.
here we go.
4d6.
And ideally they're all ones.
Yep, that's
Right,
it.
okay.
Here we go. All ones. You ready? I got this.
1. No, those are a lot of 6s. So no, it's not too bad. Not too bad.
It could have been worse. It is 11.
So 71.
11 out of a possible 24.
So it has 71 power, and we've got 80.
Okay.
So roll for. Should we
Michael,
roll for
why
the
don't you
beastie
roll
first?
for your fate? I think it's about time.
Yeah.
There you go. Remember, yellow's
want-
is 10.
Yellows is 10s. Yellows is 10s.
What am I rolling for first?
You're rolling for you.
Okay.
38. That's not bad. That's a hard success.
Yay!
All right. So, go to 39.
No. It's an imposed roll.
Ah.
Allow me.
Yes, here comes Matt, ready to kill you. I had a coffee.
83. Terrible. Absolute fail. So you've crushed it.
Yes!
You've got. You win that 60.
See, I should have saved Sylvia.
You're welcome.
Bear's got your back. Not like me, I want you to die horribly. As to chat.
They always want me to die.
Interestingly, we haven't had like all that many choices really, or at least meaningful choices we haven't seen before.
Like,
We're
there must
kind
be
of-
other ways into them. I've always found with these kind of books, I don't understand why they just take you from one paragraph to another section without any choices. Like, but there must be other ways into those other sections, for it to make sense. Because otherwise, just put them all in one.
When you come to, you are lying on a hard bed of pebbles beside a small, deeply incised stream. Suddenly, your head is filled with visions of the terrors you have encountered.
Uh-oh.
You sit bolt upright, scanning the dense skeletal stands of aspen and paper birch on either side of the ravine. As far as you can tell, you are alone and in no immediate danger. You check your weapons and find nothing but your hunting knife still in its sheath. You decide to stay where you are until morning in the faint hope that someone will find you. By the time the mist's burned off by the morning sun, you give up that hope. You're on your own.
So we did get rid of Norman. Yeah.
Good job. Well done.
So Norman's dead.
Finally, you're alone with your 28 Cthulhu Mythos points.
That's all right. I can't believe we didn't get any for it. We've glimpsed beyond the veil of this world. Maybe it's all stuff you already knew.
Oh, options.
All
Here
right.
we go.
Despondent over the prospect of a trek through the wildest stretch of the Northwest Territories, you ram your way through the bush with bitter violence. Thunder rumbles in the western mountains like the echo of distant drums. The peaks fade into a lowering canopy of clouds. You wade a small river and then cross a pine ridge. The scenery blurs together as you go. In the days that follow, you try to fish with your bare hands, eat whatever you can kill, and take the berries that grow along the way. You are undergoing a test that would taunt a seasoned frontiersman. You can restore 1 hit point and make a survival woodland roll. Oh, we put some points in that because it told us to.
That'll be on your character
Yeah, I've
sheet.
got my character sheet
yeah.
right here. So we're on 45 then.
So am I rolling?
Yep. This
What
is
am I-
all you, Michael. You're all on your own now
Uh-oh.
to determine your own fate.
And what do I want? Lower than 45.
Lower than 45. But we do get a hit point if we've been damaged.
2.
Yeah, straight 2. Yeah, it's like an extreme success.
And then
So if you fail, you've got options, but you didn't fail. So now we're just going straight on.
yatta!
It's basically go home, isn't it? It's gonna be go home.
You make it back to civilization.
Well
With a
done.
tale to tell.
The book's over. Good job. You've done it.
Well, you can, yeah.
It is time to decide the course of your expedition. Fort McDonald lies within your reach, and you may go there to end your experience in North Hanina. If you still have an appetite for exploration, you may take a short side trip, or even strike back out into the depths of the valley. Michael, I think it might be time to return to Fort McDonald.
I think so.
What say you, chat? Shall we head back to Fort
Okay.
McDonald and give
Big Mac meal.
Michael some-
Yeah.
get some? Get some fast food.
I think they got the Big Mac chickens now.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to save Sylvia.
No, you ruined her.
I did.
Technically, we gave her magic.
Did you give her magic? Is this,
No, the woman stole her soul.
Yeah.
Over her body.
well,
I do not believe any of Sylvia still exists on this plane.
But maybe she went to a better place.
Anywhere's better than this.
Norman.
Sorry, I don't mean the game, I mean this.
Norman, he's just gone to the sky. Where's he gone?
Norman just vanished. Yeah,
He's
straight
still
up.
out there somewhere.
Well, maybe he combined with the Sky Beast and gained a new understanding of the world and love and everything.
Maybe he's in Taurus.
Oh, he's definitely a Gemini rising.
Right. Well, with no strong protestations from chat, maybe we should wrap up the adventure here and see what kind of result we get with Michael's outcome.
I don't think there's a score, but if there was,
You lose.
Well, I'm hoping it will give us a slightly different outcome to what I got, but it could quite well.
if
be the same.
you go back home and you've no party members, they just assume that you've killed them.
As you pass the place of splitting water with no particular difficulty and reach the calmer waterways of the West Branch, foraging is ample now, and you recover your strength as you draw near to Fort McDonald.
No more side quests.
No more side quests. All done. 433. After so many days on the river and nights in the woods, it feels strange to sit in a stifling room and ask her questions about your conduct. If you have lost any members of your party or have confirmed their death, multiply the number of such losses by 15. This is your liability
score.
Uh-oh. Roll 1d100. If the result is greater than your liability score, go to 530. If it is equal to or less than your liability score, go to 531. So we'd quite like it to be lower, I think, right?
So you've got 4. You've lost 4 people.
Mm-hmm.
4 times 15.
So 60.
60.
Yeah, and then we just need to.
So I want lower than 60.
I think you want higher than 60 in this case.
Yeah, I think actually this might be a rare
This
case.
is the.
We're not actually sure what you want, Michael, but roll the good one, yeah?
Okay.
It's all on your head.
2.
No, that seems bad.
Well, let's find out. If the result is great, if the result is equal to or less, oh yeah, no, it is bad. Yeah, it's definitely bad.
No, it's even 20.
They've decided that you're quite.
That wouldn't have been any good anyway.
52! No, that's still
No,
bad.
Still worse.
No, 25 that
There you
was.
go, 90 odds.
This is the same
There you
thing. No, this isn't. This is actually possibly worse than what happened to me. I'm not sure. When your report of your party's misfortunes is analysed by the Canadian authorities, they take you into custody and bring formal charges against you. They seem uninterested in any evidence of your discoveries. Boo! We had a mystical thing.
Yeah, Mounties aren't real police, don't worry about it.
Yeah, this is definitely worse than what happened to me. I think. Your trial lasts weeks, during which every field decision you made is questioned. It is almost a relief when you are convicted of gross negligence and contributory manslaughter.
Oh my god.
You are incarcerated in a Canadian penitentiary where you become withdrawn and isolated, staring from your cell at distant woodland.
Uh-oh.
A year later, you become eligible for parole and the committee looks favourably on your conduct. Once you are free to leave Canada, you return to a ruined career in the USA. You have lost your position at Miskatonic University. The evidence you brought back from your expedition has been neglected during your confinement. All of the most important pieces have been lost or ruined. Nevertheless, you attempt to publish your findings. Your article only draws sensational press attacks, characterizing you as a moral cretin willing to sacrifice human life for scientific glory. You vanish from public notice with the dawning of the Great Depression. The end.
Adamant expedition is over.
That's definitely worse than mine.
Gross.
Great.
I mean, mine was pretty bad.
You were deported.
Yeah, I was
went to
deported
prison.
and lost my job.
Wasn't jailed for a year.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I think that's quite a light sentence for getting like 4 people dead due to contributory manslaughter.
They knew the risks.
Yeah, you shot Bernard.
I literally stabbed Bernard. Yeah,
Yeah.
Fire
I just
back.
accidentally lost them.
And then you had no more witnesses by the end.
Yeah, I actually
Just
had
your
witnesses
story left.
that saw me stab someone. So
And he still got away with it.
yeah, pretty much.
Oh wow. Anyway, that is an example of Alone Against the Frost, a game that you will never win. Yeah, I've had played it like half a dozen times, and each time I never get to the end, or never get anything that seems like a
satisfactory.
not necessarily a good ending, but like, you know, something where I've discovered
Yeah.
a lot of things. Like you learn a little more about different parts of the mythos, but I've never found where the game is supposed to take you. And I do have a few other ones of these. I've got Alone Against the Tide, which I've not played
Where
yet.
is the game supposed to take you? We'll never know.
No, you just have to keep playing.
See, this haunts me. Like it's I need to know everything, Barry. There's like I can't.
Well, you can read it section by section, and then just put it together in your head.
Yeah,
I think that'd be even worse. That'd just be maddening, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Such a complete.
Well, I mean, of course, when you're playing this, you can make a note of all your choices and then map it out as you go. But available from all good RPG stockists.
And you can buy the digital edition that we've been using here as well from Drive-Thru RPG.
Drive-Thru RPG, or if you do buy it from Bricks and Mortar, who are part of the Bits and Mortar kind of initiative, you'll get the PDF when you buy the physical copy.
Oh, great!
Which is what I did.
That's a good tip.
And if your store is not part of Bits and Mortar, you can just ask them to sign up. I believe it's free for them. It just stops. You get a physical copy and you get the PDF, which is handy for things like this, or as a dungeon master, if you're online through Roll20 or Foundry or whatever else. Fine, right, chuck that away.
Fine.
I think our choose your. I mean that kind of got. So we did kind of. I mean, I wanted to get to the end of that for you guys at home, but also we did kind of get railroaded pretty much at the end there.
Yeah,
there wasn't a whole lot of choices actually after
perhaps
that.
if we'd rolled differently.
Yeah, there was one opportunity for a lot of choices, but because Michael succeeded, we actually didn't get any choices at all, which was interesting.
Maybe I should have failed that.
I don't know. I mean,
succeeded.
We did get to see the whole sort of Kiwanama people and the sorceress because we failed. It was obviously a bad outcome for the characters, but it was more interesting story.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like actual success in this is you wander around in the woods and find nothing and go home.
Yeah.
You know? Like...